Hey, this is Metal Steve. Now, I want you as I'm about to describe something that I don't exactly have a problem with it. It's that I just find it a little strange these days. I mean, take a good look at me right before I say this. Look at me. Look at my clothes. Weird novice looking Star Wars shirt thing. Can't tell what that symbol is in the background. Could be the rebel symbol, but not exactly. Lightsabers are pretty accurate, though. Yeah, and it doesn't even say Star Wars on it either. Look at this. Look at this. Look at me. Now, when. Now, here's the thing. Look at these old. Look at these old pants. Look at these old pants here, too. Look at these pants. And the shoes. They're not even that old, but I've just put them through the mill. Alright. So. Man, these things have held up, too. These shoes so far have held up. Alright. So. You're supposed to take a guy that looks like me walking into the room. Like I walk in the room. And you're supposed to say something like, well, first of all, I'm not going to ask how I look, because I'm pretty sure I know how I look at this point. I look like a 29-year-old man, 29-year-old blind man who has just seen one too many of the more messed up things in life, and I'm showing more than my share of damage for it. But so I'm not going to ask how I look anyway. But if somebody comes in the room looking like me, look at my hair. Look at my hair. Here's my hair. Here's my headphones. I got these headphones in because in order, this phone is so messed up that I have to use headphones or the microphone acts up like crazy. So yeah. Um so yeah. So I come in the room and I walk in the room and I look like this. And maybe it's someone else that looks kind of like this too. Big old beard and the mustache and everything and the all the details. All in glorious HD. And they ask you, "Hey man, how do I look?" I mean, I'm not ugly or anything, but I'm not, me personally, I'm not going to walk in the room and say, "Hey man, how do I look? Hey, hey girl, how do I look?" I'm not going to say that because I already know how I look. I already know how I look. But someone's going to come in, someone's going to get a slight attack of the unfortunates, walk in a room, say, "How do I look?" And you're supposed to just say, "You look fine. You look fine. You look awesome. You look awesome." And they're supposed to somehow believe it. They're supposed to swallow that right down the throat, down to the stomach, whatever it does. They're supposed to swallow that in one chunk. They're supposed to swallow that in one chunk. You look fine. And God forbid you say, "Hey man, are you okay?" Where then, that's bad for some reason. That's bad. It's like, hey man, are you okay? Where then, if you've got like any maturity whatsoever, you know you're tired. And you say something like, and you try to say something like, yeah, man, I'm fine. Which works for me because I look like everything and everything else, but I still feel fine most of the time. If it finally gets to me, that's when there's a big, big problem. That's when there's a big problem. A big problem. That's when there's a big, wide problem. So yeah, that's, and you may have seen videos where I'm like, oh man, I don't like this crap. And I'm swearing and I'm cussing and I'm fussing. And you're supposed to, and that's just the truth of the situation. When I can't take it, it's it's usually pretty hard. It's gotten pretty hard when I can't take it. So, and then that's why I don't walk into a room and say, "Hey, man, hey girl, hey person, hey somebody, how do I look?" Cuz I know what they're going to tell me. They're going to say, "You look fine." And I'm going to say, "Thank you." When I know it's about as hollow as the Brooklyn Tunnel and as big as a subway. And I'm not talking about the restaurant. And I don't exactly have a problem with that. It's just that I'd like somewhere along the way for people to be honest with each other. I mean, you don't look your best when you come home after a hard day outside, walking around, looking for a job, at a job, taking all kinds of stuff, messing with these other people out here. You don't look your best. So what I'm saying is, that it's time that we understand that there's such a thing called constructive criticism. Maybe not even criticism. Because they know you can't help the way you look sometimes. And actually, you can't help the way you look all the time. I mean, you can only do so much with what you got. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is now time to be honest with each other. I mean, usually by the time you're at the point where you're like, hey, how do I look? You've known this person for a little while. Like a long time you've known this person for. So you're asking their opinion on, hey, how do I look? And they just shoot back like a prince. And you're like, well, why, thank you. Why, thank you. Why, thank you, kind sir. Or, thank you, fair maiden. Or, whatever. And it's like, it's like it means nothing. It means nothing. It just means like nothing in my book. It's like what? No, I mean, I mean, seriously though, I've just gone on for too long about this, but it's almost like we're trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like we're trying to fit a certain mold, an exact shape, an exact shape. It's like I could go on for hours about this and turn the video into like 100 and something megabytes. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know about this. So yeah, that's my views on it and my twisted sense of humor kicking in. This is Metal Steve signing off. I'll do one more video tonight probably, and then I'll get off this stupid computer thing because I've been using this way too much all of a sudden. I've been uploading more and more videos to this thing. This is Metal Steve signing off. It's getting pretty wiggy out here. Later.